Yeah, it's Rich. No, it's not that far. I can be there. Give me a couple minutes. Good morning, everybody. This is Rich Brown, your River Road reporter for RiverBend.com and the RiverBend Weekend Report. This week, I'm just going to take a few moments of your time, and it's kind of like preaching to the choir for some of you. I get it, but I'm going to talk about some motorcycle safety issues. It's that time of year. Everywhere I go, I see bikes, and unfortunately, there's been a few accidents so far this year. So I even brought notes just so I can stay on topic. There's some statistics on here I'm going to try to stay away from. Not to bore you so much, but one of the major concerns with motorcycle safety is obviously inexperience, an indifferent attitude, or distractions. All three of those are major contributors to accidents and sometimes even a fatality. So what I'm asking you to do is what I'm trying to do is give you some advice. And to new riders, the advice is short and simple. Just use common sense. And I suggest you start with one of the Motorcycle Safety Foundation riders courses that you can find online or at any local university. These are excellent courses for the inexperienced rider. They're taught by experienced riders. And the perk on the other side of that is upon successful completion, it actually can be a deduction on your motorcycle insurance. So anytime you can save money, right, it's a good thing. Advice to indifferent riders? Well, hey, let's face it. If you're indifferent, you're not going to be the only victim. Everybody has family, and so do you. So pay attention. You don't need to be indifferent when you're on two wheels out there amongst all the other traffic. To the distracted drivers, it's simple. Get a grip. Get a grip. Don't be distracted. Don't be a statistic, and don't be someone else's statistic. All right, the hazards that we deal with on the street, and this is where the statistics came in, are basically intersections. I found where they did a study as far back as 1981, and there was a famous study called the Hurt study if you want to look it up, but 3/4 of all motorcycle crashes involved a collision with another vehicle, and almost 1/3 of those happened at an intersection. From personal experience, one of my favorite motorcycles in the world went to meet its maker at the junkyard at an intersection when someone made a left turn in front of me. Intersections include a lot of things, not just that four-way. It can be a T, it could be a merge from interstate, entrance exit ramp, driveways, alleys, parking lots, anywhere that another vehicle can cross your path gives you the potential to be involved in some type of accident and should cause increased awareness. Speaking of awareness, let's talk about looking twice. Look twice and save a life, especially yours. Let's talk about animals. They're out there. They're out there everywhere. And this time of year, and as we get closer into the fall, The deer are looking to cross the roads. They're trying to find water in the summer. They especially like to drink the water in the ditches alongside the road. And then the mating season will be coming up as we get into fall, and they'll be everywhere. Deer versus motorcycle is always a bad thing. Never ends good. So let's think about visibility. Use caution. It just doesn't apply to the motorcyclist. You know, we see these signs everywhere through town. Watch for motorcyclists. Be aware of motorcyclists. Well, you know, it starts with me, and it starts with you. We have to be aware, extra aware, because we've only got the two wheels. We don't have the motor in the front and the dashboard and all that stuff to protect us. So let's not push the blame off on the motorist. Let's accept some of that ourselves. Make eye contact. I can't tell you how important this is. Make eye contact with that motorist, because you've all done it. You've seen the guy sitting at the stoplight and he's got his cell phone out and he's texting, or he's trying to Google something or do some kind of navigation, and he's not looking at you. If you're making eye contact, even if they're not, you have an awareness of what their awareness is. And that's important, because I've seen it happen several times. They drift out from that stop sign on their way. You're not big with two headlights and four wheels. They don't see you. So eye contact. Don't assume that they see you. You have to see them. And then, you know, you got to watch out for the normal things. Bushes that obstruct their view and yours, buildings, all that stuff. Now, the other thing you got to be watchful for, and around here it seems pretty good right now, our tax money's hard at work, but you got to watch out for road work. Construction and road work is going on at an extreme level, especially on some of the bigger highways. With that comes it's the cost of business. You know, there's debris on the roadway. There's a change in the surface of the roadway. There's big construction equipment moving on and off, as well as the construction workers and the roadway workers on and off the road. They're trying to do a job. There's a flagman telling you to slow down. Slow down. But you're on two wheels, so watch the surface of the roadway. You got to watch for debris. Last but not least, got to watch out for tailgating. Don't judge your speed. You're a motorcycle. I get it. It goes fast. It's fun. I understand. But it's not fun when you run into somebody's bumper. So let's pay a little attention there. One other thing you got to watch for is hurricanes and blizzards. But you got to watch for the weather. So watch for the weather. Pay attention. If you're going to be riding a whole day, check the weather forecast in advance. Know if you're going to be riding into the storm or with the storm or away from the storm. I personally try to stay out of it because I just hate to wash a motorcycle. I like mine to be nice and shiny and clean, and water and dirt really mess that up. So I ask you to slow down, watch your speed, use good sense, and in closing, don't be a statistic. Ride aware and get there. Thank you for your time.